say the residents that actually live in the precinct are law-abiding.
The everyday average working man, the respectable people, we have no problems at all.
The only time they don't like you is when you catch them doing something they're not supposed to be doing.
And all the time I've been here, I've never really had any problems with the community itself. I don't consider this, you know, the riffraff and whatnot out here in the street part of the community.
If you've got a job to do as a policeman, and you might get about 5% of them might give you trouble, and the other 95 don't give you much trouble because they know whether they're wrong or right. And they know who you are.
Let's get somebody on it then, I mean.
Wait a minute, Warren.
Take this red tape paperwork. Suppose he can't write his pencil break on it, I mean. Red tape is good. They show you the form they used back when George Washington came over here. Write it all down.
You know what I want from the police?
What's that?
I want the police to protect life and property in my neighborhood, and that's all. If you do that, then you'll cover everything else.
I've seen them twice, twice that I can remember, ride through this street. But never once have I seen them walk through this street. Never once.
They don't seem to let you get along with them, you know.
The police concerned, that's something I don't deal too much with, but as far as I can see and know about, it seems as though they get along all right. As far as I know.
I can't work with a rose. Can't get along, man. I've been fighting roles there since I was young.
Yeah, and they still calling us niggas, man.
The real man to ask is the hard-working, lower middle class, father of family black man who really wants it. He's the worst prey of crime than I am.
But the point is, the rod came through here and messed up everything. It burnt everything. And that's what closed them down. The white boys run. They ran.
All those in favor, raise their hand. All those opposed?
5.
All right, the motion is carried. We'll proceed with the election of your chairman and vice chairman. First of all, I would hope that the chairman and vice chairman would work closely with the staff in doing such things as reviewing previous meetings, minutes of previous meetings, of perhaps developing an agenda according to what the chairman wishes. Well, it's still open for nomination, Chairman. Are there any additional nominations for chairman?
Nobody's got their hand up.
Can we stick to our main job first, and that is getting the precinct selected? Can we give each person who is on this committee credit for being a fair-minded citizen? If we're going to sit up and anticipate everything that can go wrong, it will never get off of the ground.
It says the committee will have complete freedom in determining the criteria by which the site for the pilot program is to be chosen. We're into our third meeting, and most of us are busy, and the thing is so simple. And I feel that the old business is simply what's in this letter. We haven't done this. And I'd also like to recommend that we ought to have a parliamentarian appointed by the committee so that all of us can quit playing games, because this is what we've been doing for the last 2 weeks.
I would move that this committee appoint a committee from among volunteers.
You know, it'd be help if the chair got a little chair.
Out of order when you haven't heard it.
We got a motion and an amendment on the floor.
Hey.
So we've got.
I suggest that we would have much better meetings if the chair didn't participate too much. We need a chair.
You know, I've listened to discourteous people long enough in this meeting.
Make a poor chairman.
What's all I can't understand it.
The chairman should not talk as much as you.
Man, I don't dig this at all.
You know, for people to believe in orderly procedures, it's a very peculiar thing to jump up in the meeting and start yelling. Marion?
Everybody and his mother knows that the police is the #1 problem in America. And if you all don't want to deal with that, that's your problem. But at least let me have a say-so and whether or not it's the kind of thing I want. And I don't think a lot of us understand that. Maybe we're happy that the mayor asked us to come here. I'm not. You know, no big thing for me. I've been on more important committees than this. So I'm saying that my issue is how do you get the committee to use its power? Now, I'm not concerned about what happens to Marion Barry because when I go out here, more than likely, I can deal with the police, more than likely. But I'm talking about what do we do for the 600,000 black people out here who do have a problem with the police.
I move that the secretary
call the roll and let each person at this point state whether or not he can carry out the charges of this letter as he was appointed by the mayor. You have the motion, Mr. Chairman. All you're supposed to do is put it on the floor.
It'd be nice if I could, if we could understand it.
Well, I understand what Mr. Baldwin's motion is.
You have the motion, Mr. Chairman. All you're supposed to do is put it on the floor.
I think this motion was covered in the first meeting. We all voted at the first meeting to carry out what it was we were called here for. So I don't see any point in having another roll call.
Mr. Shaw, I have a motion now, Mr. Chairman, on the floor.
Second the motion.
All those in favor of...
Vote by roll call, and that was, I said originally, by roll call.
Oh.
Yeah, by roll call.
Secretary, like to read the roll?
James Baldwin.
Yes.
Marion Barry.
No.
Virgil Hines.
Brown, 1st to 8th on the hour, station at 1. Moody, 8th to 13th on the half, 1:34 when Woods goes to court this afternoon, and 408T from 8 to 12. Littles, 13th to 16th on the hour, 14th in V is a school crossing all day. Marble, 16th to 19th, 1:32.
I mean, no, Tank.
Don't walk up on me, bro.
I mean, no.
Now, then stop.
I mean, no. Yeah, I mean, don't hit him, James. Don't hit him, man.
Get up, bro. Get up, boy. Damn.
What's wrong with him?
Go for one.
Come on, babe.
Come on, walk around the place.
Charlie, come here and take bro. Come on with him, man.
Draw.
Come on.
Draw.
Let's grab his leg.
You take the coat, I take it.
Carry him up there. Okay. How did he get drunk?
So my point is very simple. I feel that if I'm going to be out there, and I don't mind because I got a tough back, that I ought to get something for people out here in the community. I think that's my role as a leader or in leadership position is to get something if I can do it and be beat to death if I can do it. But if I'm going to be beat to death, I might as well get something for it, and I'm talking about the control of this whole program. That's why I can't move ahead. That's why I got problems. That's why I can't get the enthusiasm to go.
Now, it seems to me that that last statement in here says if there are any questions, please call Mr. Shellow's office. Now, I don't know whether anybody else called Mr. Shellow's office, whether anybody had conferences with Mr. Shellow. I know I did.
Mrs. Sarpy, I did not contact Mr. Shellow. I had quite a few questions, so I confess to negligence in that particular respect. I would like to ask for some direction. I'm interested in the overall objectives and specifically how, once the precinct has been selected and either erected or occupied, it will function to speak directly to the problems for which this committee was created. And I'd like to hear that from you, sir.
A pilot precinct implies that there's an experimental quality to it. That means that we're going to try out new ideas. We're going to try out another relationship between the police and the citizenry.
So who is we and who's going to control?
We represent, in this case, the city government, no? The police.
You're not really talking about this committee, then, when you say we are going to try to make innovations.
Not at all.
All right. Thank you. No, I want you to finish. I didn't want to.
Okay. The overall goal of the project is to try to get at what we recognize is now a pervasive distrust between the citizens and the police. Now, when you talk about control, it falls short
of a total citizen control of the precinct. And there was never any provision in the grant or in the plan for that sort of control. That's absolute control. Is that clear?
We in the black community see the police as enemies. And I remind everybody here that I may very well be shot as I walk out of that door if I happen to anger some white policeman. I'm very much aware of that, and every black person is. And therefore we want to control those individuals, especially since the central police force is not capable of even recruiting the capable black men in this black city. It has to go out to places like Odd, West Virginia, and find individuals who have very questionable backgrounds. I, Charles Cassell, can no longer serve on a committee which cannot possibly make changes if it functions only in an advisory capacity. I see a constant recurrence of the conflict between the police and the community until the community finally has some measure of control over the police. That means to make decisions.
We are sitting here today trying to select the area, and it was not going as long as we keep having this stuff. Look at this stuff.
With your meeting, you select your precinct, but whatever precinct that you put it in, Marshall Brown will put every heart, every drop of blood, every energy that I have from now on to organize against this goddamn thing. And you go ahead and do what you're going to have to do. So I'll leave and you get your people. Yes, sir.
Oh, I don't think this is right. To come here and have people to want to petty politics, that's what it is. Petty politics, as small as they can get. You know, because some people come in here within their minds to cause confusion what is happening here. I come here away from my people to try to do something that's going to help the city and the kids and everything else, and y'all people sit up here to play games. You know, when you get straightened out, Mr. Secretary, I'm not saying I'm resigning, but if they get any kind of understanding, right, send me a letter, postcard or something so I can come back here and we can get together on this thing, please.
And to sample these wishes, tonight hearings are being held in 3 of the precincts.
Can we get a truthful vote for number 13 precinct out of this audience?
It's not anybody who lives in this precinct that's black and that's court-held from the police department wants this program.
We select who works in the neighborhood, and if he lives in the neighborhood, and if he's black, it's very unlikely he's going to be coming down on his brother.
Regardless of how we vote, we are the people of yesterday. You can't buy the youth anymore.
But why is all of these black community got this pilot program? We're tired of being guinea pigs.
Think about the pilot police. White folks is conning again.
When your name is called, you give the precinct of your choice.
Mr. Edward Brooks.
2.
Precinct 2. Mr. Virgil Crimes.
14.
14. Monsignor Gingras. 14. Number 13. Mr. Theodore Higgins.
Number 13.
Number 13. Mrs. Elizabeth Sarpy. Number 2. Mr. John Zoyak.
Mr. Chairman, Federation of Citizens Association instructed me to vote for no precinct. It is opposed to the concept of the model precinct.
All right. The results of that ballot was number 13 has 14, number 14 has 11, and number 2 has 6.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether we should not close with a prayer rather than open with a prayer today. This is what citizen participation is, and it may be a long process, but I have faith that in the long run it's a sound one. I think that the wisdom of your choice will be borne out, and we'll try the best we can to do as good a job as we can in 13 as in any of the other precincts.
I'm over here. Any other business anybody would like to bring up? Not in the meeting. Second adjourned.
Regarding how to set up an election, this is a very complicated thing. It turns out to be also rather expensive.
How many on the board?
No decision on that either.
I don't think you people have the right concept on this when you think that a police force is an adversary force occupying a territory. And I told that right to Mayor Washington, right smack in his face.
Because they don't accept me as a first-class citizen,
Oh,
so I have to do it
you are
myself.
first-class
No,
citizen.
I'm not. Name a place where I'm a first-class citizen.
Well, I think all the laws provide that you are.
Well, nobody abide by the laws. They did. We wouldn't have to go to the police pilot thing.
Well, now,
Nobody abide by the laws.
Just tell me where you're not accepted on that. I think you've got all the rights by law, haven't you?
And so the group is so agreed, and this is your program, and
Where you get paid.
since everybody signed so they could be paid. Gentlemen, shall we begin to talk to the issues that have most importance to you, and feel free to talk.
We're going to get a lot of training in the next year and a half.
As it stands right now, we're supposed to be finding out what the problems of the citizen on the street are and how we should better react to them. How about them finding out about what our problems are too?
I made a suggestion, which was, in order to reach these people, is to have them here. The leaders, the Gaston Neals, the Rat Browns, the Marion Barrys, they're heard more than the decent citizens, because decent citizens go to work in the morning, they come home at night, and they're home, and that's it. They go out. The only time they're heard from is when they go down to the store and get robbed.
How do you gentlemen feel about how that citizens group ought to operate? Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Anything at all that we do here is worth a try to avoid some of the disastrous things that have happened throughout many cities in this country that we've all been ashamed of.
I don't know. Are we getting real readings on what the opinion is out in the community?
There seems to be some attitude among maybe some of us that the citizens in this precinct have a completely negative attitude towards the police officers, and I don't believe this is true at all.
Maybe everybody's not convinced of that.
It's still not going to appease the militants down there that are causing so much of the problem to begin with. So whatever we do here is not going to help the situation down there at all. It's got to be the people down there.
May I have your attention, please? Why, number 13, selected as a pilot precinct when it was under strong protest. They voted that the 13th precinct should get the project. Who is they? Who is they? Who is they?
This project is an experiment. This is your opportunity, beginning opportunity, for the citizens of the 13th precinct, from one end to the other, top to bottom, to have a say in police policy in your precinct.
I'll stay right here. We'll listen to what you have to say. I was one of those persons. And I went to the first meeting in the hope that I could get something done for black citizens in terms of police department. But when I got there, I discovered that the program had already been packaged and put together. Secondly, what we discovered was that when we finally got down to the nitty-gritty, these citizens would have more or less an advisory role rather than a control role over the police. And so I think we ought to understand here, either we're going to let them know we don't want this precinct pilot program like it is, or we're going to control it. And if we can't control it, I think we're running out